Stat says it all. You know, they shot better from the 3 than we did from 2. They outscored us 56-36. We had 12 assists, 5 in the first half, and I told the coaches if we go out there and can't get more than 5 assists in the second half and only have 10, we can't win. We got 2 more for 12. You know, we got to give up the ball, and we got to make shots. We got to make layups. We got to defend with second and third efforts. It was a disappointing loss. But the way I look at it is that, you know, we have one more game left, and we have to win it. And now, as I said earlier, the other teams have to win too. Indiana has to win. They don't win. We win Wednesday and they don't win both games, we're still in. So that's the way I'm looking at it. And you know, we were dealt a tough schedule. I mean, we had Toronto, Atlanta, Portland. Excuse me. Who did we have after Atlanta? When we came home? Was it Portland? Yes. Washington, and then Atlanta, Portland, Milwaukee, and Chicago. We had a tough schedule, but we've hung in there and we're still there. It's not over. I know we're going to get written off tomorrow in the paper, but that's your job. Do what you want to do. But we'll be here on Wednesday and try to close out the season with a victory and see what happens.
You talked about the schedule yesterday in Milwaukee, today against Chicago. Was there things defensively you saw that had the field goal percentage so low?
Well, they're good. They both did a good job of taking away Brook in the paint. I think Brook had 12 points at halftime and he didn't score in the second half. And when they take away a major part of our offense in the way that they do or have done in the last couple of games, and then when we tried to go in the post to Joe, they double teamed pretty good, and they were ready for what we were trying to do offensively. Joe scored some, but not as effective as we'd like to have had him because of what they were doing. This is a good team we played against tonight, a good defensive team, and the ball has to move, and we have to make shots, and we did do it.
I know you're joking about getting written off the paper tomorrow, but given the situation you guys are in, to have an effort like you did yesterday, where you get one out in the second half, have one today where you get one out in the second half.
It doesn't really matter how you lose. It could have been one of the last second shot. It still would have been a loss. It's disappointing to lose like that, but we played 2 really good defensive teams, 2 athletic teams, 2 long teams. I mean, when you go in the paint and you shoot 20 for 50 in the paint, that means that they have something to do with that as well. And it is what it is in terms of we battled, we tried to hang in there, but they were much better than us tonight, and we couldn't control them. They made a lot of threes, and they got a lot of what they want.
You mentioned the lack of ball movement in terms of the assists. It seemed like in the third quarter, especially, it just turned into a one-on-one game where pretty much every time down somebody took it and tried to drive in. Was that something they were doing, or was that a breakdown of what you guys were offensively?
I mean, obviously, it wasn't something that they were doing that makes us go one-on-one. I think what happens is guys are competitive and they're trying to win the game. They're trying to bring us back in the game, and they get the ball and they try to do too much.
What was the cause of the breakdowns on defense? Seemed like they got a lot of open looks on offense tonight.
Well, when you got a jet like Rose and a jet like Brooks getting in the paint and creating, you got to go help. And when you go help, they throw it back out. And those guys made shots. Miritich was unbelievable in the third and beginning of the fourth quarter.
Okay, thank you.
How do you explain a game like this with so much on the line tonight?
We lost, plain simple.
Are you surprised by the result, considering what was at stake tonight?
Yeah. It's been results when we play against a great team, especially a great defensive team. We got to move the ball a little more, man. And guys, guys got to be aggressive. It's in the game or it's coming in the game. Can't be nervous or scared.
What's it like to go into this stretch of the season, 1 game left, you guys don't have control of your own destiny now?
No, we really don't have control. It's in Indiana's control. So we just gotta look forward to Wednesday and come out and play.
Does this team have the mental toughness to be able to rebound?
I have no idea. Can't answer that.
Joe, in the third quarter, it seemed like you guys started kind of just going one-on-one and trying to get back into it. Was that anything they were doing, or was that just guys just trying to take everything out?
No, I think that was the result pretty much the whole game. We had 5 assists at halftime, so that tells it all.
You mentioned the assists, the ball movement. Is that something can be improved, or is it something where you just have to adjust how you play?
I don't know. I'll just look forward to Wednesday and hopefully you know, we have better results.
Do you even like on the scoreboard watch tomorrow? Do you even care about the result tomorrow?
No, I'm not. I'm not going to watch. You know, I'm just going to, you know, whatever happens, happens.
Just sorry to repeat yourself, how surprising to come out with a performance like this tonight after what happened yesterday?
I really honestly can't explain it. I don't even know how it's possible, but, you know, with this being a very important game, so I really don't know. Not playing. Just gotta go out there and play better. Get back to the things that we've been doing as a basketball team. You know, that got us to this point. You know, but you know, we just gotta make shots and play better defense and, you know, go back to the ball and get back to what we were doing best, which was moving the basketball and, you know, just getting everybody involved.
Do you feel like the Bulls defense and maybe these last 2 days, they've taken you guys away from being able to move the ball, or is it more a matter of what you guys are doing?
I think it's a little bit of both. You know, as a team, I think we got you know, away from the things that got us to this point. You know, we've been running a lot of ISOs, a lot of you know, stuff just trying to take advantage of that, mismatches and stuff like that, match up. But we just got to get back to moving the ball and just, you know, beat guys on the dribble, make plays for each other. And defensively, you know, those two teams that we just played were good defensive teams, but you know, we kill a lot of that stuff with just moving the basketball and just playing freely and just playing as a team.
When you lose control of your own playoff fate, like, how does that feel? What's that like?
I mean, you don't want to be put in that position. Hopefully, we can get some help from somewhere. And, you know, coach as well.
Then what about Wednesday's game? I mean, obviously, you will know till Wednesday gets here in terms of the scenario, but I mean, just how do you approach that game? Just how, as
We
it
got to
is?
win. We got to go out there, we got to win and at all costs. And like I said, just hope for that.
Thanks. Given what happened yesterday, again, to come out with a performance like this from you guys?
Yeah, it was bad. You know, we didn't move the ball well. We turned it over a lot. Didn't really say anything to our guys. Protect the rim. So, a lot of different things.
You mentioned not moving the ball consistently. You guys had been for so long. What's changed, and what do you attribute it to tonight and again these last two?
It took away a lot of our stuff, and I don't know if we were, maybe just not used to it. But we got to throw this one away and come back Wednesday ready to play.
A lot of rotation on defense, you think, a little bit late tonight?
I don't know. You know, they weren't really there. You know, it's definitely a culprit. Led to a lot of easy layups.
You guys approach Wednesday's game just as another game, or do you go in there with more urgency than usual?
No, I'd like to think we come with urgency in all games, come ready to play and be aggressive. You know, that's what I'm going to do. You know, we obviously want to win, but we want to win each game. So, you know.
Obviously, it's out of your control now. Do you watch that Indy game tomorrow, or do you pay attention to it at all?
No, I'm not going to change anything now. I'm focused on us.
Is there frustration in knowing you had that control and now you've got to depend on help?
Yeah, definitely. But you know, we can't dwell on that. We got to go and play Wednesday. You know, we got to take care of business ourselves, because if we don't, then you know, that's that. We got to focus on ourselves.
How do you explain the performance tonight again after a game like yesterday?
There was really no explanation, no excuse, man. It was just another game where, you know, we came across a good defensive team and we decided that we want to try to, you know, do everything off the dribble and on our own, and, you know, didn't give me an assist. You really can't win against teams like this, you know, where you're not sharing the ball and not, you know, playing the way that we've, you know, had success.
Yeah, we've talked to you about this before, but how much carryover on the offensive end goes back to defensively and what you were able to do?
A lot. I mean, anytime you're not scoring and, you know, they start hitting shots, you know, you get deflated. You know, the crowd's not getting into the game, you know, because we're not giving them reason to. And, you know, they have a lot of fans in the arena, so it starts feeling like a home game for them, you know, and they just got it going. And we didn't get stops. You know, we didn't share the ball. We didn't make shots. and that's pretty much the game.
Given how much you talked about how fun it was to play recently, going up even through Friday's game, how well you guys played Friday, you surprised how quickly it's flipped around, and the fact where you guys just aren't doing those things and
Yeah,
getting success.
I am. You know, I think we play with a little more desperation the way, you know, things are playing out right now, but it hasn't. So only thing we can do now is just get the one on Wednesday and hope for the best.
What's
talk
it like
about-
to be in a spot, Darren, where you know, now you guys don't control your own destiny, you have to all
All we can do, like I said, is just take care of that one game. You know, it's our fault. We put ourselves in this position. You know, a week ago it was looking really good for us. You know, and everybody was happy. And now, you know, it's kind of the opposite. But you know, we just gotta be positive, as positive we can in the situation, and just get the one on Wednesday.
Do you watch that Pacers game tomorrow night, or will you just find out?
I don't know.
You guys have won 8 of 10 games, then you lost your last 2. What do you think has changed in the last 2 games that you guys haven't done so well?
Well, like I said, we went against 2 good defensive teams, and you know we've struggled against the really solid defensive teams where they load up, and you know we haven't moved the ball. We haven't, you know, you can't just play one pick and roll and shot against teams like this. That's what they want you to do. You know, you gotta try to spread them out, try to get the ball to the other side, and play, you know, second, third options, make them guard, you know, for a full shot clock, and we didn't do that, you know, a lot. We just came down and fired shots, and you know, didn't pass out of double teams, and you know, every one of us, you know, myself included, we were all selfish tonight. So, you know, for us to win, we can't play like that.
You were in a great run to the last couple of games. Have the team switched up anything on what they're doing with you, or has it just been a matter of shots just not going down?
Like I said, I just talked about, you know, these are 2 good defensive teams. You know, played really good against us. We didn't move the ball. We didn't pass the ball. All right, guys.